in which the famous scrolls were found. But before we do that, I'll give you some background. Once again, 1947, a boy from the Bedouin tribes here in the desert found in another location I'll show you a cave. He was herding his sheep, and he was bored, so he was throwing rocks. Where is Marcus? Maybe someone like Marcus was bored throwing rocks. Why not? They're kids. And suddenly he heard something broke inside the cave. You crawl in to investigate. You have nothing better else to do in the desert here while you go with your sheep or goat. And he found those old round scrolls made of leather skin, made of papyri or whatever. He came back to the tent. His dad smacked him in the face, said, "Where you all day long? Why don't you take care of the goats?" Something like that, you know. He said, "But I brought this." The Bedouin can't read. And surely they can't read ancient Hebrew or ancient Aramaic. So we just put it inside a bag and hang it over the fire inside the tent for a long time. And that's a rare scroll, which managed to survive 2,000 years because it was closed inside the time capsule. Those sealed jars inside the cave, it's like a time capsule. Okay, there is no moisture here. It's very hot and dry. That is to explain how could it be that a scroll, which is an organic material, survived. They're not supposed to survive 2,000 years, you know. Okay, not CDs today can survive 2,000 years. Surely not the paper we print. Okay, think about that. They survived somehow. They survived because there was here a very interesting coincidence of some very rare conditions of weather that helped those precious scrolls to survive. So within 2 years, this Bedouin father goes to a Christian Arab dealer in Bethlehem, and he's telling him maybe he would like to buy this leather for sandals. Now the dealer laughed because he knew something about business. You saw them in Bethlehem in your visit. They do understand business, as you probably noticed. And he said, "Where do you got that?" Now the Bedouin can't read and write, but they're not stupid. He said, "Tell me first how much it's worth." Okay, begin the negotiation. The Bedouin guy understood he have something here which worth something. The Christian Arab dealer asked for more supply, and that was the beginning of the gold rush. Okay, people here with a lot of interest, Jordanian people, Bedouin people, Israelis, researchers, scholars, priests, all of them heard the rumors that there are some ancient Hebrew scrolls with incredible importance, and everyone came to dig in caves in the desert. Okay, unfortunately, in most of the cases, it was the Bedouin people who got there first because they are the expert of the desert. This is their backyard. They know every corner. Okay, we speak about the years 1947 till 1960, 1970. Now, when they found more scrolls, more and more were found inside jars in all the caves around the site. You can see some of them. Look far, you can see some caves. You're gonna laugh now, but it was said they tear them apart to fragments of scrolls to keep a stock. Okay, because they worth millions of dollars. That's what they worth, millions of dollars. Okay, the first piece, okay, that was found, just part of it, was bought in 1947 for $150,000. Okay, it's like $25 million today. $150,000, 1947. Professor Sokenik from the Hebrew University bought it from the Christian Arab guy from Bethlehem. Okay, and he asked for more. So when there was a demand, so they used to find the scroll to tear it apart, and they kept the stock. Now,
so they're rich.
40 years afterwards, when some experts in universities were trying to understand, it was a nightmare. Okay, sometimes they have one fragment of the scroll. They had to buy it from a private collector on the other corner of the world, and then to do the match. So it took many years to find them, to restore them, and to analyze them. Okay. Now, some of those scrolls, to explain why it's so important, once again, because we have to understand that. Some of them, okay, contain, first of all, some of them will be the most ancient copies of the Bible, okay, the most ancient copies of the Bible, that would be 2,200 years old. It's 200 years before the time of Jesus. Okay? Some others will describe the Jewish temple. That's how we know what was decided. The model. How do you think the model was built of the temple? I mean, how it could have had so many other different forms. The temple that you've seen yesterday, because they found the scroll called the temple scroll. Okay, it described the size, the building, the ornamentation, the decoration, the priest, the rules over there. Okay, here you can see an explaining about another type of scroll, which was the code of behavior to be a membership in this sect. They didn't accept everyone. Okay, they accept only people who follow their rules. By the way, they have to give up their private belongings, and it's you know what? I suggest you do some extra reading about the Icene people, the Jewish sect before and during the time of Jesus, better known as Icene people or the people of the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea Scrolls, they're all associated. Very interesting to me. One last what? Difficult to answer that. But they were very intelligent people that knew how to read and write and to write those precious scrolls. From that we conclude many answers about the Bible, about the Old Testament, New Testament, the beginning of Christianity. By the way, the custom of Christian people to baptize themselves starts from this people. Okay, they took a basic Jewish service of purification, going into that, and turn it to something else. And it was adopted by John the Baptist, that we think was a member of this sect. Period. Okay?
Oh.
John the Baptist, which was active not far of the River Jordan from here, he was influenced for sure by this group of people. So they are the missing link between ancient Judaism before the time of Jesus and Christianity. That's what they are, those people. Okay, so I strongly suggest we do some reading. One last funny thing. There are many caves. There is one over there. There is one person that still comes here from the United States. His name is Wendell Jones. He is convinced that he is to find more treasures and more scrolls or the lost treasures of the temple. Now he was the model or the idea or concept for Steven Spielberg when he made his famous films Indiana Jones. Okay? It's based on this guy which is very old today but is still walking around here going with dynamite to explode caves, coming with all kinds of weird fears. By the way, he can speak Hebrew with very heavy English accent, and he can read those scrolls. And he's a big meshugana, which means he's a big crazy guy. We listened to him once in seminars for tour guides or for students. It's very amusing, you know, but it's a bit lunatic. That's what I think. So anyway, he still walks around here, and that was the figure that inspired Steven Spielberg is a Jewish person. He had been here many times. So he kind of liked the interaction with this guy, and he's a creative person, so you know the rest. Those 3 films, millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Questions up to now?
Yes.
It was a very long explaining. I don't want to explain further. I just will show you the cistern, how they kept the water, the special room where they found the ancient inks and writing instruments, the special dining room, not so nice as your hotel. The first 2 caves where they found the first scrolls, and off we go. Yeah, questions?
Where are these people?